Yeah, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. I bless you all, and I welcome you all to another episode of Mazin Namdi Kano's court appearance, which happens on the 19th day in the month of June in the year of 2024. According to Mazin Namdi Kano, he have a very big message. And also this man an angel with a very large heart. I'm not gonna hear waiting him talk. I don't want people to die. We are fighting for freedom. I don't want people to die. Emphasis on he don't want to lose any soul because we are fighting for freedom. So according to him, he says any other person who is doing otherwise, any other person who is doing contrary to the main aim of forming Biafra, my dear, that person is doing that in his or her own peril. But as for IPOB, we don't want people to die. That is the case here. And I would like us to pay utmost attention as we proceed with this episode of Mazin Namdi Kano's appearance and his words to the Biafran families, both home and abroad. If you have anything to say, if you have any contribution about this matter, drop it at the comment section. We will respond to you at the appropriate time. In another development, we have Nnamdi Kanu seeks negotiation with the Nigerian government. This one is just reading for reading's sake. The publisher of this message is by Kayode Lawal. That is how they twisted the truth and make it to look like Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is begging the zoo for reconciliation or political solution. But in the other way around, they are the one that is begging Mazin Nnamdi Kanu for such. Because what Mazin Nnamdi Kanu expected from the court yesterday, we're supposed to see 2 days, yesterday and today. But you see how they cut it off. Simply because they know that they have nothing against Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. That is the more reason why the court now is the one that is pleading with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his legal counsels to seek for what they call a political solution or reconciliations. Anyway, we are going to come back to read this news. But meanwhile, let us continue with what we have at hand, which is I don't want people to die. We are fighting for freedom, not for people to be buying every day by day. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, on Wednesday said he is fighting for freedom and does not want anybody to die. Kanu made the assertion while condemning the killings of soldiers in Aba area of Abia State during the sit-at-home on May 30th. Some unknown gunmen had attacked a military checkpoint at Obi-Kabia Junction, killed 5 soldiers and burned 2 patrol vehicles during the sit-at-home order. Reacting to the IPOB leader, the IPOB leader said all efforts to create widows are condemned in the southeast. Speaking at the Abuja Federal High Court, Nnamdi Kanu says, and I quote, "Some of these soldiers are our people, and their families are now in mourning. All the making of young widow or widows is condemned in its entirety. Sorry to say. I don't want anybody to die. We are fighting for freedom. We want people to be free. We have suffered a lot in Africa, from slavery in Saudi Arabia to Europe and America. I think we should focus our time to ensure that this continent stands up to what God promised us. Emphasis on this continent, the continent of Africa. We have suffered a lot, according to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and let the truth be that." In another episode of Biafra Nnamdi Kanu 6 negotiation with Nigerian government, which is the other way around. Reporter by Kayode Lawal. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, on Wednesday hinted at exploiting the process of an out-of-court settlement in the alleged treasonable felony charge brought against him by the Fulani court. This same this same Daily Post reported terrorism charges. Now they turn it to treasonable felony. That is how you will know all the brand envelope media houses who are just taking attention. Putting it this way now, the zone will praise them and they will not go against them or to intimidate them into reporting what they want them to report. We know all these things. Kanu made the disclosure as his resumed trial before Injustice Binta Yako of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The detained IPOB leader had been in the custody of the Department of State Service, DSS, since June of 2021, when he was rearrested, or rather, when he was kidnapped and brought back to continue his trial on alleged treasonable felony in the court of the zoo. The court has last month refused to release him from custody on grounds that the Secret Service custody is the proper place for a defendant to be remanded during the trial. In declining Kano's application, the court had ordered the DSS to grant Kano unfettered access to his lawyers and fixed June 19 for commencement of the said trial. However, when the matter was called on Wednesday, which is yesterday, his lead counsel, Mr. Barrister Aloy Ejimako, informed the court that the Secret Service were yet to fully comply with the orders of the court as their visit to Kano was still being monitored. He stated that the defendants had resolved to initiate contempt of court proceedings against the director of DSS for refusing to obey court orders directing the service to grant him a safe room for meeting with his lawyers. Ejimako, in addition, ordered the court to, on its own, invoke Section 17 of the Fulani High Court Act, which he said provides for reconciliation and felicitation of amicable settlement in criminal or civil matters. He claimed that he had sometimes ago disclosed the proposition with counsel to the federal government chief Adeboyega Awomolo SAN, adding that the senior lawyer had responded by saying that the proper time for such issue has not come. Responding, Awomolo informed the court that he does not have the instruction of his client to embark on any negotiations with the defendants over the charge. According to him, I told him to go to the Attorney General of the Federation, who has the power. If he is interested in negotiating, he should go there. His office is just here, Awomolo said. However, trial judge, who observed that the court has no problem if the parties want to discuss negotiation, urged Kanu to approach the AGF, who is the proper person to negotiate with them. On the issue of Forms 48 and 49, seeking the imprisonment of the DSS boss for allegedly disobeying the court orders, Injustice Iyako held that both applications were not before her, adding that the matter will be looked into when she seals the file. Iyako, however, ordered the service to provide an unbooked space for Kanu to meet with his lawyers each time they were at the facility to prepare for any trial. The unbooked space, according to her, refers to a garden within the DSS premises where Kanu and his lawyers could discuss without being heard by the operatives of the service. Meanwhile, Justice Iyako also dismissed a fresh application by Kanu challenging the jurisdictions of the court to entertain counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, and 15 for being unconstitutional. The court held that it cannot overrule itself on issues it had already resolved, adding that the only option left for application was to proceed on appeal. Justice Iyako, in addition, ordered the prosecution to file and serve its proof of evidence on Kanu while the defendant files his defense pending the next adjournment date. She added that the defendant should agree with the prosecution where there are no issues and state has objections where necessary. Kanu had in a fresh application urged the court to quiet the said charges for being unconstitutional, adding that in 5 counts, the prosecution failed to indicate the exact location where the alleged offense broadcast occurred. He had argued that the court lacked jurisdictions since the prosecution failed to show in the charge whether the alleged offensive broadcast was a punishable offense in Kenya or in Britain, the 2 places where Kanu had been outside Nigeria before his kidnapping. So my people, now here is Take B, and here we go end this broadcast. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Remain Amandia Neze. Bye for now. Kemesiano.